welcome to another episode of XGR!
Extreme Makeover!
Okay, and there you hear, we have Chris, aka The Mole, and we have Richter, the stay-at-home dad gamer. I was about to say stay ahead. Okay, so today, we'll do our normal routine of just two little newses, one big, one small, what games you played, and...
Wow, you just contradicted yourself in the same sentence.
What?
We're going to continue our tradition of two small newses. And what I mean by that is one's going to be small and one's not going to be small.
Exactly.
I was like, yeah, there's two red cars out there, one's blue.
Yeah, and you're right. Although, if there's two red cars, is one of them cherry, and the other one is, like, maybe, like, fire engine, you know? Like,
not when I say one of them's blue.
yeah, there you go.
A fire engine's not a car.
I know, but that's also a color. Like fire engine red. Which is different than cherry red. Anyway, so, we're gonna do our newses. We're gonna do our newses, and let's see what games you played, and then we're going to do, what did you call it? You said something smart. Shit. I don't remember it.
It was a discussion. It's a discussion of
April Fools.
Yeah,
that was it.
April Fools of EA and
yeah. We're gonna talk about some April Fool's stuff, and then talk about EA's evolution a bit. So yeah, we're totally gonna start it off with the news now. So who'd like to start off the news?
Bong. This just it. The next episode of Telltale Games Adventure Noir, The Wolf Among Us, is coming to all platforms next week. Episode 3, titled A Crooked Mile, will release on Tuesday, April 8th, for PC, Mac, worldwide, and for PlayStation 3 in North America. The episode releases for Xbox 360 worldwide, and on PS3 Europe the very next day, April 9th. A Crooked Mile releases, like it says, on iOS as well. No concrete date was given for on Telltale's Twitter account. Telltale's new trailer also follows Detective Bigby Wolf as he tracks down the prime suspect in a recent murder case and showcases the various other groups interested in the same person. Telltale provides a spoiler warning at the trailer's outset, as there's spoilers for anyone that hasn't played 1 and 2. I'm not giving you those spoilers now, because I want you to play 1 and 2. Love that game. That's probably my favourite, if not second or third favourite Telltale game they've done. It's definitely up there with Tales of Monkey Island and Back to the Future. And I love them. And I love The Wolf Among Us. It's fucking awesome.
It sounds awesome, but like The Walking Dead, I'm probably gonna wait for the CD version. Because I don't want to wait. I want to play it all in one.
Don't you mean DVD or Blu-ray version?
I see what you did there. That's funny. Ha.
The CD is a different medium.
Oh, it's gonna be on like a disc though.
It is, but that's like when an old person picks up like a PlayStation. It's like, oh, here you go, have your Nintendo.
Maybe. I don't think it's that bad.
But over to one of you for your small newses.
Okay, I'll go. Yeah, because then Richard has to blow us away with something amazing. So, we're doing
I would prefer if you were the one doing the blowing.
Ha. I wouldn't prefer it. Alright.
Wait, though. Sexual banter.
Speaking of sexual banter, I was just thinking about the things you said that could be done with these new Legend of Zelda statues. But, yeah, Legend of Zelda statues are, like, coming out. They're from the master set of Twilight Princess. Or, wait, no, Twilight Princess. Yeah, it's sweet. Oh, God. Am I saying it wrong now? Oh, I think I'm saying it right. I instantly have a hint of, I'm thinking of, like, the Pony Show, because there's a princess also named Twilight. And I'm getting confused now. With Twilight Princess. So anyway.
I'll be honest. Most people, when you say Twilight, think shiny vampires.
Oh, I can go die. I'm thinking of Twilight Sparkle from My Little Pony, obviously. Anyway, she's the only one allowed to use the word Twilight.
I'm sorry, you confused me for a 5-year-old girl.
Hey, I know a bunch of 26-year-old men who like it, so... Anyway.
Yeah, there's also a whole bunch of 26-year-old men that like to go out and fuck children. Doesn't mean it's right.
I really wouldn't compare the two, but okay. Anyway, so the Twilight Princess Master Arts Collection, there is the Zelda statue specifically, although there's 4 available right now for $10 what do you call it?
Pre-order?
Yeah, pre-order. Yeah, so they're between $300 and $400. The biggest, most expensive one is $500, but it's the most awesome. They're from 17 inches to 26 inches in height, the 4 figures. So they're really, really big, and they look so freaking amazing. Just like the tiny little details and everything, they are beautifully sculptured. And I never buy statues, like, ever, unless they're really amazingly sculptured, because I just hate that it doesn't really capture the character as well as it could. But these are, like, amazing. They're so great. I would totally buy them if I didn't have, like, legitimate concerns, like having a house, or a place to stay. So, I have to consider that first, but, if it wasn't, you know,
I think
fear...
my favorite comment that I saw someone say about those is, they're like, that statue looks dumb. Zelda's the one in the green hat. What are they doing? That's the wrong person.
See, that's when you take like a sword and you stab them. And you go
I'm pretty sure they were kidding.
No,
That's stupid. That's not even a hat. No, I'm not going to say that the stupid is.
It's a Minish cap.
Yeah.
They were hurting me with they were hurting me with their lack of intelligence. It was self-defense.
And as I posted below, speaking of lack of intelligence, I loved that their price between 300 and 400 each was with, of course, the highest being 500. That's not between 300 and 400.
Well, that's like the centerpiece. Like, you have like little base ones, like, right? And that one's like the Grandmaster Mac Daddy.
I almost feel at this point it's almost like if you tuned into something like CNN and they had Paris Hilton as reading the news.
Okay, most of them are between 300 and 400, except for the centerpiece one.
I will allow that.
Okay, because that one is $500, but it's like 26 I think 26 inches tall, and it's Link with he's got like a golden face, and he's riding on Epona who's like leaning Link back, and it covers like a little ground around it and stuff, and like Epona's like really awesomely sculptured, and it's badass. And they have another one with light up hair, Midna, on riding the wolf, and that's pretty cool. And then they have another one, which I'm surprised, what do you call him? The dude with the tongue mask? Like, who was, like, Ganondorf's, minion or whatever. His statue, actually has, like, a working mouthpiece you can take off, and then you can take off the whole mask, and then his face is sculpted underneath as well as his armor is, but that's all, like, removable.
Since there's one of Link with a golden face, is there at least one previous to that where you see like Zelda placing the Triforce down her breasts, and then one after that where Link's just motorboating?
Oh, that'd be amazing. I would pay money for that statue. But no, but like they're super friggin' awesome, and anyone should get it because they range in how many there are throughout the whole world. But, like, the maximum out, like, the most common one is, Zelda one, which is only 2,500 in the world. And then the most rare one is the minion of Ganondorf, which there's only, like, 250 in the world.
Oh, wow.
So,
Zelda's common and a princess? Ah, that makes me nostalgic for William and Kate's wedding.
Oh, God.
Political British humour.
I feel so sorry for her.
I know. I feel so sorry for her too. I mean, she's married a guy worth billions of pounds.
No, but like
she now has a mansion, servants to wait on her. Oh, woe is her.
No, I mean, like, people are perving on her, like, all the time, man. And her wedding dress was so ugly, and her face was just she knew she was wearing an ugly dress. Like, her face was, like, kind of, she wasn't happy. I mean, she got that fake smile in some of them, but she was like, God damn it, I can't wait to get the fuck out of here. Like,
I was looking at her dress or her face or any part of her, because I don't know if you've seen the royal wedding, and from the pictures and stuff that came out afterwards, her sister, what the fuck her name was, Piper or Pippa or something like that, her ass, it got the most attention.
Again, like, I hope it's worth it. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, we're dudes. You want us to watch the wedding with you? Don't complain about what we're reaching for the tissues for. You're doing it to cry. Let us have our means of wiping tissues.
Oh God. Okay. So yeah, that was my big news. Now I'm gonna go bar.
So mine. Then
Yeah. So Richter, go ahead.
Okay.
I was busy.
Just degraded.
Yeah. Okay. So my little news is apparently Thief, the new Thief game, latest one, has a game-breaking bug that some people have had that stops people from getting past Chapter 4. So, yeah, if you're one of the people playing that game, you might want to either wait for an update or don't get past Chapter 4, or go play South Park The Stick of Truth, because it's probably better.
Yeah.
And yeah, they said that...
Versions? Is that all versions or a particular one?
As far as I've seen, I think it's all the versions.
Ah, fair enough.
I don't know. They haven't said much. They're just like, oh, we're trying to replicate it internally so we can fix it. Like, yeah, of course.
Fair enough.
It's just funny that it's been out. I think that game came out a couple weeks ago, and they've just now found this.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
That's why I wasn't sure if it was because Call of Duty, Battlefield, FIFA, and a whole bunch of games on EA, Activision, a few other ones had it on PS3 where it would suddenly go, sorry, we can't read your save, or your save's corrupt or something. And that was due to, on PS4, that was due to the firmware update making the game now suddenly no longer work, which they then fixed, thank God. But it was a kid that I thought, it might be something like that, like the game-breaking glitches come about because of a firmware update on like PS3, Xbox One, or something like that.
I haven't seen. I didn't see them specifically say which version, so I'm assuming it's across at least several.
Fair enough.
There was a really weird bug when I played the Lego video game one based on the movie. Basically, I had to re-download it like 4 times because the first time, 2 times it wouldn't even load, and then it would say, like, after installed and stuff, it would say, like, while I'm playing it and I get to the next level isn't installed yet, please wait. I'm like, what?
Isn't it a demo?
No, like, I downloaded the whole game, and it already downloaded, I'm playing it now, and I already beat, like, the first level or something, and it says, the next level is not done loading yet, but the next level is at 80%, but it doesn't give me a progress bar or anything. Like, or not loading, but installing.
Fair enough.
And it was weird, I was like, what the hell? No, it already installed, what are you talking about? Like, where did you even come up with that number, 80%? I think you just made that up right now, like... But I finally got it to work after the 3rd time, or 4th time.
So now the big news.
Yeah. I did my big news first. Oops. Well, I considered. I don't know. My bad.
Okay. My big news. Amazon has just announced the Fire TV, an incredibly compact streaming video set-top box that also plays games, before anyone says it's not a game thing, from some of the most well-known developers and publishers in the industry. Video streaming services are not limited to Amazon's options either. The set-top box will include choices like Netflix, Hulu, YouTube, Watch ESPN, just to name a few, with music coming out from Pandora, iHeartRadio, and your Amazon library will also be available on this to watch as well. And you can also take photos, and it does it with the cloud. During the announcement, Amazon pointed out that the main issues with current set-top boxes are search methods, performances, and closed ecosystems, pointing out Veruco, Apple TV, and Chromecast in the progress, basically pointing out all its competitors. That's not a coincidence. The company hopes to rectify these problems by tackling both hardware and software. The Fire TV is equipped with a quad-core processor, 2 2 gigabytes of RAM. Don't know why I'm making this sound more powerful than it is. 2 gigabytes of RAM, a dedicated graphics card. The set-top box can also predict which shows you want to watch, queuing them up for you in an instant streaming without waiting for the video to load. And for those of you who hate typing out searches with the little buttons and stuff, you also can search with voice. That's
cool.
right. And it seems to read accents too, because there was a reporter from over here at BBC who picked it up, pressed the remote and just went, Doctor Who. Boom, Doctor Who right there. I know, shocked with a BBC person search for a BBC show, but still.
I remember when I was watching this unboxing or whatever of the Kinect Xbox One or something, and they tried all the funniest, horriblest accents and tried to screw it up and stuff.
Yeah.
And they it worked okay, decently.
Yeah, video and audio will be delivered in 1080p with Dolby Digital Plus surround sound via HDMI and optical outputs. Connectivity will be handled through dual band, dual antenna, Wi-Fi, or through an Ethernet port. The new Amazon Fire TV starts at just $99 for you Americans out there. It's about 59 quid for people over here, putting it right in line with other set-top boxes. Also, the controller is just $39.99, and they've already announced a whole load of games for it already, like Minecraft's coming on. Admittedly, it's Minecraft Pocket, but Minecraft's coming on it. So basically, this is almost like an Ouya meets fucking something like the Rukia, or whatever you want to call it, where basically you can stream your Netflix, your Amazon, and all your stuff like that, but you can also play app-style games too if you want to, which looks pretty cool. I'm looking forward to it, because I'm a member of Amazon Prime over here. Yeah, that's right. A few seconds to brag about that. That little chestnut right there. But yeah, I'm a member of Amazon Prime over here, which means I can watch Amazon Prime instant stuff. I've also bought TV shows through that, like Veronica Mars, Series 1 to 3 and stuff like that. So it's a case of, cool, I can watch them on there, and I can watch my Netflix that I subscribe to, which I'll probably pick this up for that. And I like the idea of it also plays like little app-style games, because some of those can be pretty good. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and slag them all off. I mean, we've done that enough in the past. It's a case of, I mean, I'm buying it. I'd be buying it more for the streaming, but it's there if you also enjoy like the Ouya-style mini games and stuff too. So it's an option. It's out there. Fire TV.
Sounds pretty cool.
Yay!
That was the end of my big news.
Alright. Okay, I'll go.
I assume you were, since you went second last time.
Yeah, okay, so...
Don't confuse it with stuff like continuity.
Yeah, that's true.
What's that? I'm not the comic book guy. I don't know anything about that. So, my also, I guess, unnamed size news. So, the PS4 has hinted at new features and stuff. One which you can, get a survey and rate your, video game experience with, other people, and you can kind of rate them. So you could say, how, whether you're, you have, a griefer or something, or they wouldn't play very well, or not, if you, lost, don't be, an asshole and say, oh, I lost, I'm gonna give you a bad rating. But, if they were, swearing at you, if you happen to be a voice, or, they were a good player or whatever, a good team sport. I think that's interesting. We kind of need it.
And I agree. I like the rating system. They've got a great one over on the Xbox One, where and the Xbox One apparently is going to be awarding people for the good behaviour as well as punishing the bad, so that's kind of cool. Which, it's a case of, they should do this. Companies or games places, they should do this, because I'm sick and tired of shitty gamers.
Yeah.
Because we all know the stereotypes of this, the kids with the headset, or the adults haven't grown up yet with the headsets and shit, being like, yeah, fuck you, you beep, and just saying a whole spew of fucking racial slurs, despite the fact that people they're talking to are probably the same race as them, sexual innuendo or sexual insults like, oh yeah, you're so gay, even though they're probably as straight as them. It's stupid. And I love the fact with the Xbox One, they're not saying those people can't play games, they can just only play games with each other, which, hey, go ahead.
Yeah, and people need to, like, I'm glad they kind of are rewarding people, because unless you, like, put something dangle in front of people's face, you know, they're not gonna, like, be reminded to have, like, good behavior, be nice around people. You have to give them something. If you feed them,
I always
they will
like
come.
to dangle something in front of people's faces.
I'm sure you do. Let's not talk about your career.
Who doesn't like real-life teabagging?
On to Richter.
Okay, so my big news is Killer Instinct has announced the next dev because, as mentioned a few weeks ago, the current devs, Double Helix, were bought out by Amazon, presumably to make games for the Fire. And Iron Galaxy is taking over as the next one, which is pretty cool because they're the people that were responsible for the HD remakes of Darkstalkers and Marvel vs. Capcom Origins, and I want to say Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. So they know how to make like stable netcode, which is really good for Killer Instinct because it's supposed to be actually pretty good netcode already. And they also, other KI stuff, they also showed off a trailer of Fulgore, the last character for quote-unquote Season 1, and they gave a date for him. I believe it was April 15th, I want to say. Maybe it's the 8th. And they had a stream where they showed some of his gameplay. So that was pretty cool to finally see the last character that they had already said he was going to be in there, but it was cool to see him. He looks really neat.
I could see that. That does sound cool. Although I will say, my only thought with that, when you mentioned it, was the developer of Killer Instinct's now gone elsewhere. And I'm thinking, and you mentioned to the Amazon Fire or whatever, does that mean they're now going to take the same approach as every other developer that leaves? Something like that? Are they going to make a game that looks exactly like it, but suddenly gets a shitload of praise for being original because it's indie?
Yes.
Sure. Yeah. They'll make that. Well, they just made that in Strider, the remake of that, so it'd be funny to see that. Oh, we have this game where you play as a ninja, and you go. We also have this fighting game where, wait a minute.
Check out Deadly Reflexes.
But that was
combo over. No, that needs to be another fucking rip-off. Combo over.
Hit Breaker. Wait a minute, what?
Yes.
Alright. So now we'll go on to our next segment. What games we played this week? Who would like to begin?
I shall begin. A long time ago, in a galaxy far. No. I played Sonic Lost World.
Woo!
Legend of Zelda DLC.
How was that?
Completed it. Because you have to remember these like mini levels. They're short. It's like one level, so boom, done. It's cool. When all throughout it, it looks like Zelda. It feels like Sonic, but it feels like the Zelda world too. And yes, it does play the notes from what we were asked on the news, because I couldn't remember if it did or not in the trailer. It does play the music when you open up a chest.
Nice.
Woo!
Because instead of rings where you got hit, and it's not the same thing with the rupees are the animals. They help add to your animal thing. Instead, what you have to do with your health is you get hearts in the corner, and you end up having to, when you get hit multiple times, like I got hit a couple of times by something, and then I opened up this chest, and suddenly I went, played the tune, he lifted up a heart above his head, and then suddenly, boom, he's now fully healed. Nice. I'm like, nice. Yeah, just nice. And at the end of the level, instead of jumping through the hoop, he finds the Triforce and just sort of holds it and poses with it. It's kind of wonderful. I like that. And the next game I played this week, I only played today, so I haven't got too far into it. Did you say Game of the Year?
Yes.
Nice. Batman Arkham Origins Blackgate Deluxe Edition. Yeah, try remembering that for a title. Batman Arkham Origins Blackgate Deluxe Edition. A game which proves the Vita and 3DS versions of this game were not worth the money they charge you for it. Because they're charging like 40 fucking quid. And you can get the remastered one with HD skins and shit like that for 15. What the hell, it's got extras and stuff, so you might as well get the extra one for cheaper, but the game itself, it's awkward as fuck to do some of the stuff. Like, you know on the Batman games, like I know you guys have played some of the other ones, you know when you have to crouch down and go through the vent, and it's like, you press one button, you crouch down, you go through the vent.
Mm-hmm.
This one you have to press R2 and X to do it, and it's really awkward to go through some of the times. Other parts, like targeting enemies for stealth, isn't that fluid, because it's triangle to just select through them, but it's a 2.5D one. It's good, it's worth the price it is on PSN. It's fun, it adds something to the story, like this is the first time he's met Catwoman in the Arkham universe, and you get to see, and it's set after the events of Arkham Origins, so if you played Origins, you've still got a reason to play this, because it's a little bit extra story. So it's pretty good. I will say the boss fights are fucking shit, but at least so far. So far, I've beat Catwoman, and I think I beat Tiger Claw, Catwoman and Tiger Claw, which you kind of beat the other bosses the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Dodge, 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 do a stun attack, punch, 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 punch. Dodge, 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 do a stun attack, punch, 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 punch. The only difference was with Tiger Claw, he also leaped in the air, so you had to roll once. So he got stuck in the floor, but because it's like a handheld game, I don't expect it to live up to the same gameplay standards, and I don't mean that in a snobbish way, as the console ones. I don't expect that. That would be ridiculous. But still, I expected more than that. Because I know there's handheld games out there that do have good boss fights. What the hell's up with that? But it's pretty cool, and I'm using, because I registered with my WBID, I'm using the new 52 costume, because the new 52 kicks ass. People need to realise that instead of just going, new 52, and then looking at you like you fucking just chose the costume of a dead baby. But
What if I did choose a costume of a dead baby?
It'd still be better than what you're wearing. But
You don't know what I'm wearing.
Just a smile and a towel.
Yeah.
How did you know?
Nothing at all.
And a child Tigger from Winnie the Pooh costume.
I don't have one. I only have my actual Tigger cat, who I'm not wearing because it's a cat.
I don't know, you can kill him and put him around your neck like a scarf, but no.
She'd make more than a scarf. She'd make a cape.
Yeah. No, it's a case of, the game itself, it's pretty good. And like I said, I'm using the new 52 costume and stuff, I'm going through it. I love the motion comic cutscenes. I don't know why, I don't know if I think I kind of prefer them to the actual cutscenes in the Arkham Origins, only because, don't get me wrong, the Arkham Origins ones looked phenomenal, but these look so comic bookish, and I'm more of a, yay, it's like a comic come to life, I love that. So, yeah, check it out, Batman Arkham Origins Blackgate Deluxe Edition, available now, on an eShop near you.
Alright. Since we're kind of going in order here, I'll keep it going. I'll go next. So like I mentioned already, I played a Lego movie video game. Lego movie video game.
Oh, I thought we Street Fighter the movie, the game.
No. But I played that, and like I said, I had to download it like 4 times, which was really annoying. But it only takes like an hour to download, as opposed to like if I download any other game, it would take like, I don't know, the night to download. So at least it wasn't that bad. But
did you get it on PS4?
Yeah.
That might be why you had that error with the loading and installing bit. Because with PS4, when it downloads, the reason some of them seem faster than they normally are is because it downloads them in pieces, so you can start playing the game as it's downloading the rest.
Yeah, but when it says, okay, it's complete, and then I say, okay, it's complete, I'll play it now, like, it says it's not complete. Because I didn't start playing it until it says, okay, it's ready to install and everything else. Like, I just waited till it's finished downloading, or at least it told me it's finished downloading. Unless the store lied to me. No. Anyway. Anyway, I just find it really interesting that, like, how you can, it's kind of, you know, similar to a bunch of other LEGO games. You can switch all your characters and they have abilities and stuff. But, like, being a female is an ability in this game. Like, it is. Like, it is. It's like, oh, it's like, you need to be a female to do this, this ability or whatever, or anything. So all the females.
Can I ask you a question then?
What?
Can I ask you a question? Okay, like in some of the other LEGO games, like when you needed to be a stormtrooper, you could put on a helmet and pass. So can like a dude LEGO minifig put on a dress and they're like, it's close enough, come on in.
I have not encountered a character in drag yet, so I will get back to you on that.
Yeah, you see one that's just like, come on in, Simon.
But it says all,
he doesn't need to wear a dress.
He doesn't need to, but he has.
Yeah, he does it anyway.
He has. He's told us all the story of him wearing a wedding dress. I'm sure you love the fact that's on the air, Simon. Hi, if you're listening. And that's actually true, too.
Yeah, for some unknown ability, unknown reason, all the female characters have the ability to jump higher, and they also probably might have a unique ability specific to that character. But like as well, all of the female characters can also jump higher. It's
because females, relatively speaking, as a rule, tend to be leaner or thinner and smaller than most males. Whereas the males tend to be bulkier and stuff like that. Females tend to be slimmer and shorter. Therefore, they would logically go higher. It's like a child will probably be able to jump higher than me because I'm a fat dude.
Because all the guys I know are, like, thinner than me. Well, at least personally anyway, because I know you guys are bigger than me, but that's not really saying much. Like, it's kind of, like, obvious. Then I just know a bunch of skinny guys, unfortunately. But, like, it's just really interesting, because I thought it was maybe because, like, their legs or something, but, like, even, like, Unikitty, who's, like, not human at all, or, but she's female, so therefore she can jump higher. But, like, it's like, no, Batman can't jump that high, but he's got a grappling hook. Yeah, but he can't use it unless we say he can use it, and it's, like, really interesting. Or Cleopatra, no reason to jump. I can jump higher than Shakespeare. Why? Like, okay.
Because she's Cleopatra. Wow.
Okay. I would think people would be jumping for Cleopatra, but, you know.
Well, Shakespeare's white, and white men can't jump.
But she's also, I guess, considered white, since they're both yellow.
Shakespeare can't jump until he wrote a sonnet about it.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't think he wrote a sonnet specifically about jumping, so you may have a point there.
Shakespeare could wear a dress.
Yeah, he could wear a dress, actually. I'll have to, because that would make sense, you know?
Fun mind-blowing fact for you.
Yeah?
If you go back and visit, you can look this up. This is completely 100% bullshit. You can, if you follow the dance that Shakespeare scripted in Midsummer Night's Dream, and you watch the like how he goes like up, then down, and stuff, it's actually the Konami code, and that's where they got it from.
Oh, wow. The more you know.
How could you watch Shakespeare do it? I mean, like, there was no cameras invented in the 1500s.
That's what time travel's for, dear.
Yeah. Leonardo da Vinci made the first video camera. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What? I thought he made the first,
you don't necessarily need to go back in time. They still do it now. I mean, hell, you live in New York. It's Broadway or whatever the fuck it is. Go watch a Shakespeare play instead of Mamma Mia.
Ew, I don't even like Mamma Mia. But I do actually go see Shakespeare plays in the summer at the Baskerville Center. Oh, it's so fun.
At the basketball center? So it's
no,
like, yo!
Baskerville.
In your ass
it's called the Baskerville Shakespeare Festival.
Hoop skills. You know what I mean, Bluff? You know what I mean?
It's the Baskerville Shakespeare Festival. And you get to go there and they have like a few plays going.
Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo?
That's the one play I do not like.
Oh, yes, he's on fire!
I do not like.
Romeo, I need my child support check. You my baby daddy.
Yes.
That should be our radio play, is Shakespeare at the basketball festival.
And I'll also point out, for those of you out there thinking we're being racist, we're not. We're also doing that voice for the white guys that play basketball.
Yeah. All two of them.
Yeah. Alright, so, just to go off on another game I played, I also played...
Do you even remember?
No, I know what it is. BioShock Infinite. I also played that, and I used the motion controller, and it's not horrible, but it's, it just makes it more difficult.
And since it's not horrible, but, and then a stall, you know is going to be good.
It's not horrible, it's just that I have less than 5 feet of space to, like, you know, from the camera to me. Mm-hmm. So it's not, like, as good. I mean, it could be better if I had, like, 15 feet. Like, that'd be awesome. And it'd probably be even better. The only thing I'd say I really like about it is I get quicker, or at least for me, but I get quicker access and clicking, or I get clicking, but moving towards the target to shoot, rather than, using the control stick to do it. It's faster that way. If you're accurate, though. And if you frickin' use melee attacks, then fuck it. After that, after you do a melee attack, you're not aiming for shit after that. You can't aim after doing a melee attack, which is annoying. So if you use a lot of melee attacks, you're not gonna be, like, you know, like, shooting shit.
Are melee attacks done by Emilio Estevez? Is he wearing his Mighty Ducks jersey?
No.
I'm sorry, when was the last time he got mentioned in a podcast?
But I will be aware, you have to shake it. You have to shake it a lot to do the melee attack, and I don't like it because I almost hit my cat. Like, I kind of hit her in the face a little bit by accident because it requires a big arm motion. So, yeah. What? No, she kind of made a slight annoying face, which, like, I don't like this, but I'm not going to move, so, you know, I'll take it.
Yep, the cat just looks at the wall and just goes down it with a line, counting how many lives it's got left. It's like, yep, there goes another one.
So those are the 2 games I played.
You hear Stacey's mother be like, Stacey! And she's like, yeah, can you go and use the leaf blower in the garden? The cat just goes, oh, fuck, and just puts a whole floor down the wall. I was just prepared for this.
The cat just looks at the camera, just scratches the wall, and people are like, wait, how did it look at a camera?
I remember what happened to the hamster. It fell in a little bit of its water dish, and Stacey was like, oh, he's all wet. I know what I'll do. And she popped him in the microwave. And
my hamster died of a heart attack because he thought he was going to be eaten, but he wasn't. He was just about to be eaten.
Of course he thought he was going to be eaten. You put him in the microwave.
No, like, he escaped the cage, and then he escaped the hamster cage, and then he somehow worked his way up the second floor where my cat was, and this is when I only had Tiger, and I woke up because my cat was hissing at the hamster, and she didn't actually eat him, just kept hissing at him. So then I found him against the wall, and
so what you're saying is being your pet was so bad, the hamster, famous for just running around the wheel a little bit when going to sleep, escaped out of its cage, Mission Impossible style, ran up the stairs as fast as it could. It basically crawled up there and was just looks at cat and she's like, goodbye, cruel world.
It kind of committed suicide, I guess.
Yeah, it left a note, too.
Well, it didn't instantly die of a heart attack. It died of a heart attack like 3 days later. Or that's what my mom said.
I believe its note went...
I mean, for all I know, my mom could have killed it. I mean, she just told me that the hamster died of a heart attack, so I just kind of took her word for it.
Your mom ate it.
Yeah.
Although I know that he did not get eaten.
How could you tell he died of a heart attack? Well, he fell to the floor, clutching his chest with a little tiny hamster paw. When the cat came along with a little tiny hamster-sized defibrillator, and then the cat looked up and was like, "Meow, good."
Oh my god!
When the cat picked up its mouth, dropped in the toilet, its paw reached it up, it flushed it, and the cat went, "Ma, ma, ma."
No. We buried him in the backyard next to the dead bird.
This is why you're not allowed pets.
Well, it wasn't our bird, it was a bird that hit my mom's window and died.
What's the our bird? I just saw a kid with like a little clutchy, and he was so proud of it, I just want to know.
No, it was a really stupid.
Tiger.
It was a really stupid bird that freaking hit my mom's windshield as she was driving, and it just died on impact. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, I saw a kid with like a little tweety bird.
And she brought it home?
Well, it happened right near the house, so.
How fast was she going near your house that she killed?
I don't know, like maybe like 30.
It happened right near her house, which means when birds go near, when birds just fly near Stacy's house, like the apocalypse, they just fall from the fucking sky.
I think the bird was flying faster than my mom was driving, so I think it's the combined speed.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Anyway, so like, and it's funny, there's like 3 dead animals in our backyard now. Because there's our first cat, the hamster, and now the bird.
Oh. And now the gerbil you finally managed to pull out the ass.
Wait, what?
No.
Oh, his name was actually Chris the hamster, actually. That was his name. His name was Chris.
I appreciate you naming a hamster and you, like, what do you call it? In respect to me. I appreciate
I didn't even know you, and,
everyone knows.
I didn't name, it was actually my sister's hamster, and she's the one who named it Chris. Why she named it Chris, I have no idea.
You know why.
She didn't know you either.
And if Stacy's sister's listening, I can be reached at 555 Trollface.
I want that to be a real number.
555 is a real number.
Alas, thank you, Rick, the fatty, for knowing that. I know why they use 555 in films and games, and I'm not even in America. But a friend of mine who lives over there was like, why do they always use 555? He's like, I don't know, maybe it's the area code where they film the films in Hollywood. I was like, that cannot be true, and I looked it up. And I was like, no, this is not true.
That's great.
Hi, Marcus. No, I'm kidding.
That's pretty awesome, though. Alright, so, Richter, what games did you play?
Please tell me one of them we haven't heard of.
Probably.
Do I get to do the jingle?
Sure.
It's the games that no one's heard about. It's Rick the Hammer. Fade out.
It sounded like there was a cat at the end of that. Like.
Yeah, it's in your backyard.
Oh no, zombie cats.
Zombie cat.
It was the cat behind you. It's reminiscing about the time it ate the hamster.
That was a good hamster. Okay, first up I played this week was the demo of
Why
a
did it
game.
taste like Stacy's mother's anal beads?
What?
I like the cat ate those too, so I could compare the taste.
It did. It doesn't know better.
No, Tigger, no, we don't eat those anymore. Stop. But first up I played.
The cat just slurps up the anal beads like spaghetti.
No, now that I put my cat on a diet, it might just start trying to eat Stranger Things.
I'm sorry. Okay. That's a really horrible introduction to your game.
I can't top that. I played nothing. No, I played the demo of Conception 2, which is an RPG coming out for 3DS and Vita. So I decided to try both demos, and definitely the Vita demo was way better.
At the same
3DS one was, huh?
Did you do them both at the same time? Like, your hand was holding the Vita, your feet were like a fucking ape using the DS at the same time?
No, that would have been... I played Street Fighter like that many years ago, but
I was thinking like Beast for X-Men.
Yeah, I did it while hanging upside down and working on my doctoral thesis, just like Beast.
Yay!
But, no, the 3DS one is more of a demo, where, you know, in the beginning it's like, oh, look, this is the kind of stuff you can do in the game here, and the first thing you have to do is make a child. And I was like, that's easy. But then they, like, give you a full party, and then you have to put in the last person, so it's like, because you can, they basically comprise units, so you and the girl you go into the dungeon with are one, and then the 3 children will make up one unit, so you can have up to, it's basically 10 people. I'm sorry, 11 people.
I'm sorry, there's a game where you drag a girl into a dungeon, and the end result is you've got her pregnant. Is this please tell me this is on PS3.
No, even better, you go to the church and make her pop out a baby.
Nice.
Officially sanctioned. They, like, order you to do it. It's even better. But,
Make this baby, goddammit.
Does it have one of those slip-and slides, like right from a vagina into the baptism pool?
That'd be amazing.
Cover 2 birds at once.
Probably in the full version. But yeah, it was kind of cool. But like I said, the 3DS one is more of a demo because it glosses over a lot of the stuff. Where the Vita one, it felt like it was the beginning of the game because it bothered having story, and there was actually a lot more content with the Vita one. So if you're one of the few people that has both, which I imagine is an even smaller pool than people that just have a Vita, I'd recommend the Vita version. And it was pretty fun though. I liked the game. A very strange concept. And to keep with the theme of things that end in Deception, the other one I played this week was Deception 4 on PS3. And that has, like, a really awesome premise. I don't know if anyone's... Like, the first Deception was on PlayStation 1, way back when. I don't know if anyone can remember that. And the premise of this game, too, is that you are in... At first, you're in, like, a mansion out in the middle of the forest, and... people come in to you basically you lure people there like, oh look, there's witches in here, so the church will come and like, oh, we got to exterminate them, and then people come in your house and you lay traps for them and you have to like basically slaughter them by sending them through ridiculous mechanical traps.
You should also get them pregnant, like while like, going through the mechanical.
You might be. Well, they'd probably die before they do.
So the first one is for a game about reproducing, and the second one is a game about people who should not reproduce. It's like Sid from Toy Story grown up.
Pretty much, yeah. But it's like there's like some goofy traps. Like there's one where you drop a pumpkin on their head and they just and they like stumble a few squares forward, and there's one where you put a rake down and they'll step on it like Sideshow Bob and they'll slap them in the face.
See, when you said goofy traps, I felt like Max was tied up with like a box above him and like a little stick. When his dad goes to get him, you pull it off and boom, and then you just hear boo from like Goofy inside the box.
They probably have one like I don't know. I didn't get far enough. It was yeah, and then they have ridiculous ones like a giant guillotine blade and stuff, and the concept's really awesome. Unfortunately, the game is like ridiculously fucking hard, so it was not as fun as I would like.
Nice.
So it's like Dark Souls or something, or
kinda, except that it's not quite that necessarily punishing. It does take longer to die, but you like let's say two people come in and you have to try and set traps for two people at once, and it takes time for the traps to recharge, so you probably aren't catching both of them in the trap, and then you'll kill those two, and then three will come, and then you kill them, and then like three more will come, and then once you beat those three, then you can you get a break, and then you have to do that again, and then the last one's a boss, and then you can save. So if you lose, you go back to any of like the groupings, so you can still have to kill like 8 people if you if you die, and it's like ugh. I don't know. My wife was just like, I don't know if I like this game because I haven't heard you swear that much in a game recently, and I was like, yeah, I know, right?
Mm-hmm. And you were like, I'm not even playing. I'm just watching Marcus Shadow's Let's Play.
Yeah. Yeah. Games I watched this week. Infamous Second Son. But
he seems like such a douche. Like he just seems like a guy who wants to be awesome, but is just imitating some guy he saw was awesome or something. And he's like, yeah, I see, I'm awesome. I'm doing that thing that awesome guy did. Does it make me awesome now, huh?
You just described all Let's Plays.
Even mine. Wait. But yeah, that's what I played this week.
Yep. Except it didn't describe my Let's Plays. Instead of being like, yeah, look how awesome I am because I'm playing the game well, I'm like, parkour! Which means it's the topic, Stace.
Oh, the topic now is April Fools and EA. Woo! Video game April Fools jokes. Or, pranks. Anybody want to start off?
Well, obviously, we'll leave the EA one to last, just because it'll be a nice transition for the audience. They're eased into the transition, because the audience isn't used to weird transitions before, from going from Emilio Estevez to Anal Beads, the fucking goof troop.
Don't forget Willem Dafoe naked.
Yes.
No!
I'll never forget William Dafoe naked.
I want to, but you guys keep bringing it up.
Because it was so awesome.
I swear, after the image of that, if you were to go into my bedroom now and just shine a fucking black light, it'd look like a fucking rave.
God, I did not want to see that. And then all the dick blood. Oh, it's just gross.
Then why'd you click on the link?
What? It was a freaking movie that my friend said was scary, but later I learned it was exploitation.
Which is scary.
No, it was scary. It was scary in a different way.
It's like, it's scary to be locked in a house with a guy with a chainsaw. No one's going to argue that. However, it's also scary when you have to pay your taxes, which is how the government exploits you.
I guess.
Different types of fear, but still equally valid. But yeah, April Fool's jokes. Wow. This is the complete opposite of last week's discussion.
ADD.
Yeah, but basically, April Fool's jokes, I enjoyed it. No, I didn't actually. The only one I enjoyed or thought was slightly funny, I'll allow Victor to talk about, but I'll just say first of all, I hate April Fool's jokes. Or April Fool's Day. Because on April Fool's Day, if there's any news posted, you don't believe it. And the people doing April Fool's jokes, I've mentioned this before, but I'm always like, it's not a fucking practical joke. If people are expecting it on the day. It's like basically that they're trolling people, which is fair enough, but in order for a troll to work, people have to not believe it. And I can't believe there's actually stupid people out there that every year fall for all the April Fool's jokes.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, you fell for that? Really? And it's like, come on, it's April Fool's. I like to have jokes and take the piss and troll some people and stuff like that. I'll be honest, April Fool's, I look at it as a night off. I'm like, if you're gonna troll people, troll them right. The actual April Fool's, it's like the Olympics, it's for the amateurs. Once you go professional troll, you don't go back to amateurs. They don't let you in. No, I'm kidding, but I don't like it for that reason of, it's every fucking year, and every year you see jokes where it's like, that's an obvious April Fool joke, what the fuck? Stop this. But yeah, did you want to talk about the one you liked, Rick?
Oh, yeah, sure. Real quick, I was going to say, one thing I think is funny, though, about them is that some of them actually become real. Like, Far Cry Blood Dragon, or Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon was real. The Saints Row one that became Saints Row 4 ended up being real. And I know that they didn't plan these way back when, but the old EGM, when they had Shenlong as a playable character from Street Fighter 4, and then he became real like way later, or sorry, Street Fighter 2, and then he was real in Street Fighter 4, and when they had Sonic in Smash Brothers, and people were like, ha ha ha, that'd be cool. Oh, it's never gonna happen, and then it happened. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah, it's like I'm on one of the sites I go on with like a board, and you have to do stuff, and it's not technically a game, but I had someone who was in charge was like, come on, do an April Fool's joke for us. Come on, you're a moderator, do an April Fool's joke. And I was like, I don't want to do an April Fool's joke. And people would talk me into doing an April Fool's joke, so I did one. And basically what I did was, do you remember when they announced the new Flash Gordon TV show?
Mm-hmm.
I took the announcement for it, the press release, removed the words Flash Gordon TV show and replaced it with Captain Planet and movie. That was all I did, and I just sat back, and people were like, wait, there's actually going to be a Captain Planet movie? What? And I was like, what? And people were reading it like, that's actually it sounds too official for it to be from you, because it was grammatically correct and shit like that. And I think then I have issues with with some spelling and stuff like that, and they were like, oh, cool. And I was like, yeah. And then now, basically fast forward to now, and yeah, there's a Captain Planet movie announced a while back, and I'm like, oh god, what have I done? Someone says, like, I got this Captain Planet license, what should I do? And he just Google searches that, and I imagine that post coming up. He's like, oh my god, they want a Captain Planet movie.
I wish I get that guy.
That's not happened, but I wish it did.
Okay. I was just thinking that guy who played freaking Joey in the, what was it? The Yu-Gi-Oh! YouTube thing. Like, they should totally have that guy play the fire Fire Ranger, Fire Dude.
Planet,
Yeah.
yeah. My joking cast thing with that Captain Planet one was I always say Dolph Lundgren painted blue. That's what I imagine with Captain Planet the movie. And people are like, but don't you want to use CGI now? But you can do so much with special effects now, so. Doesn't mean you have to.
We want blue Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah, I've got a sandwich toaster maker. It's underneath my sink. I don't do fuck all with it, except for every now and again I might be like, I kind of want a toasty and pull it out. I see CGI like that. You don't need them. I mean, which one was better? The Incredible Hulk TV show or Ang Lee's Hulk? I rest my case.
I haven't seen either of those.
So, Richter, you had a thought about April Fool's.
I thought Blizzard's was kind of funny, but they consistently do pretty good ones. But the best one I thought from yesterday was IGN's, where they had Optimus Prime in Titanfall. And I would actually buy that. Like, they made like a fake trailer and everything. It was awesome. They even went so far as to when he gets in the Titan, instead of the normal way the screen is broken up, it's like split in half so it looks like the windows of the truck cab. And I was like, wow, they even went that far. That's awesome.
Yep. I will give IGN props. They're shit when it comes to reviews, but when it comes to making shit up, they're an expert.
They have some like really good parodies of stuff.
They do like the Legend of Zelda one, the one that they did first, the Legend of Zelda April Fool's joke was phenomenal.
That was pretty good.
Can't be touched. Same with the Apple one they did, I think it was last year or something. Their ones they did, they're always genius, like the Titanfall one. Genius. Looks so good. If only they put that much effort into reviews, that site would be credible.
Didn't they do the Mass Effect cartoon one too?
Yes, they did. They did the Mass Effect cartoon. It's like, and I shouldn't be taking the piss out of them for the reviews. I really shouldn't. I mean, I do like IGN for news and information. I just don't like their reviews. Like, we went on there and I watched the Scooby-Doo at WrestleMania one. Same thing we reviewed recently, which will be up on our channel. And like we said, it's a cartoon. It's a fun family-friendly cartoon. We all gave like about 8 or 9 out of 10. IGN gave it to the guy who hates children's films, and he found the whole premise of how they did how they handled the professional wrestling in it to be too over the top for the realms of logic within real world. Therefore, he gave it a 5. And I'm like, when the central plot is a dog that talks, solving crime, you kind of turn your brain off and you have fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
It's just like, we gave it to the guy that doesn't like that kind of thing. It's like, oh, that's the one of the people that reviewed my wife's book on Amazon. I don't like this stuff, so I didn't like it. What?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
It's like basically that same guy. When I checked out some of his other reviews, they always give him children's films. He hates them. Why? Not why does he hate them? I mean, why give it to him?
They probably hate him.
That could also.
Or maybe they think it's funny. They're like, haha, it's funny if he does it because he gets all angry that it's like.
Yeah. Oh
okay.
yeah. The views. Yeah. That's something else they like is controversy of an IGN. Like, I've seen it so many times where they post something and it's obvious their topic of discussion or their title use of how they chose to use the title is obvious troll bait.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, that'll get conversations going. Now, curiosity, unless you didn't want to diverge, what's the title of your wife's book and how much is it available for right now on Amazon.com?
First one is Lunatic Slayer Adventures Soul Hunter, and I believe it's $3 now for the first one.
Nice.
Don't remember offhand. They tend to go down in price when the next one comes out.
Nice. And I will say, there you go, people. Buy it now. You get to experience the book of the wife of the stay-at-home dad gamer. So the going out working mother. I don't know how that works. I don't know the titles. I don't know the logistics of it yet. But
It's
hey,
the closest you
why
can
not?
get to.
Don't think about it too.
Yeah, why not flog her shit? Because if we're not advertising her shit, the only thing we can advertise is James Phoenix's penis enlargement pump, and no one wants to buy that.
It doesn't even work for him, so why would...
Did you check? Just curious.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna
And
say-
anything he touches doesn't work.
Oh, I'm going to say his penis enlargement pump really does work because he's the biggest dick I know.
Ah, nice.
Oh, that's funny.
It's even more hilarious because he doesn't watch our show.
Yeah, he'll never hear it.
That's
Even if he was listening, he wouldn't hear it.
yeah, but it's amazing because he knows I like to insult him on the show, not because I don't like it, because Jim's cool and stuff. I just like to do it because I know he's not going to listen. It makes it that much more sweeter.
Oh.
It's like I can say anything about him right now, and it's okay. I can offend no one with it. Like, I have on good authority that he spent a night with Anastasia Laserbeam.
What? Okay.
Anal sex was had, and at the end of it, his ass was pretty sore.
What? No.
She's like, no, he was fine.
Yeah, no, he was fine.
Uh,
My mom put some cream on her beads.
I'm sure his mom puts cream in lots of places in your body, but that's not why.
that wasn't what we were referencing.
Alright.
Yes, the April Fool's stuff. And you were saying before you...
Yeah. I was just saying the Zelda Other Z. Like, I thought that was really funny. You know, because, like, Other M. Like, Nintendo's whole silliness with that. Making it look like there was gonna be, like, a legitimate, like, I guess Zelda game. You know? Or Zelda thing, I guess you'd say.
Except it doesn't kind of make sense with Metroid.
Yeah.
The Metroid was an M, because there is a character in there called M at one point.
Yeah. But Other Z, like, I don't know, that just screams zombie to me. Like, I'm just imagining, like zombie Zelda.
Same. When I say Legend of Zelda Z, I'm just picturing him going, "Ah! What does the Triforce say about his power level?" It says, oh wait, that's right, I can't talk. Years of reincarnation, I still have not mastered the ability to speak.
I think instead of saying that Other Z was going to be made by Team Ninja, they should have said it was being made by Ninja Theory, the people that did the DMC reboot, because that would have been funnier.
Oh my god.
Then people would have been even more raging. That's like the only thing that could have done it more. Or like announce it was made by EA or something.
I would love it if someone had made a poster of The Legend of Zelda made by them, and he looks like the Twilight style guy.
That would be awesome.
He's not even actually wearing the Legend of Zelda style clothes either. He's wearing like skater clothes that just happen to be slightly like a dark green and like a fucking beanie hat.
And he'll have a hood over his head that'll be like slightly pointy, but not like the Ku Klux Klan or something, you know?
Even better, a bandana.
Oh god.
I like that.
A green bandana with little yellow Triforces all over.
No, he's gonna look like a chick. Well, more of a chick.
Then he's got to have like Simon following around, be like, "Hey, listen."
He is a chick, isn't he? Because you kept saying it was Princess Zelda. He's obviously the title character.
Yeah.
Zelda.
You're hurting me. It hurts.
And that's just one little sound clip from her night with James.
No. I'm gonna take the safety pin and stab it in my eye now.
Yes, because that'll stop you listening to stuff. Bravo! You showed us.
She got you there.
She did.
Oh, you foil all my plans.
Oh, I don't want to listen to you anymore. I'm going to chop off my foot. I'll teach you.
Goodbye, finger. I played Heavy Rain. I can do this. Ow. Ow.
That just reminds me of like the Scary Movie 4 where Dr. Phil chopped off the wrong foot.
Somebody watch Scary Movie 4?
So, should we go on to EA?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the EA April Fool was basically they just tweeted a whole bunch of crap about Frostbite on Wii U.
Yeah.
They had to apologise for it afterwards, and the guy in charge said he doesn't find it funny and stuff. We don't know whether or not he's been real or not, but it seemed really dickish.
Yeah. I mean, just...
I don't know. I think the one was fine. Or how many did they do total? 3 or something? Yeah, that's a bit much. I wouldn't say it's the head EA guy's fault, because I doubt he was the one that sent the tweets. So him apologizing is, just a PR thing. Like, they should actually dig up the dude who did it to apologize, but...
I'm sorry, I'm actually a janitor. I usually don't have access to the computer, Or, I don't know.
Just having to apologize for an April Fool's joke is kind of silly.
Yeah.
It is, but there's certain April Fool's jokes where certain ones, it's like the Domino's Pizza edible box, hilarious. If you do one designed to piss off people, or you do one designed to offend, like a company you're currently meant to be in negotiations with possibly re-establishing your relationship, not that good. It's like certain April Fool's jokes, while I don't like April Fool's, some of them are just in poor taste. Like every time it's a celebrity has died, a false breakup, or anything along those lines, it's like, that's just in poor taste. And it's like, turning around saying, Frostbite, you can't handle that, Wii U, basically over and over again. It's just really dickish. Especially considering all engines are scale, all like game engines are scalable, or whatever you want to call it, which means it could work on it. They just have to scale it. I mean, fuck it, they got the same thing working on the iPhone, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
I don't know if my computer could take it. It might die. Even if they can use the iPhone, because I'm pretty sure the iPhone is still more powerful than my computer. My computer can't run Minecraft, so,
Yeah, which that leads us into the second discussion, all about EA. Not necessarily the history of EA, because...
We already did that.
We've done histories before now, but we're going to be discussing more what we think of them as a whole right now. And I would say the unpopular opinion of EA's not that bad.
Oh, that's what I was going to say.
Right now, like I've mentioned in the past, they're not that bad because they're trying. They got rid of the guy that was causing most of the offences and was doing most of the stupid stuff. They got rid of him. They got a new guy. They got rid of their online passes that people were complaining about. People were like, no, get rid of your online passes. They got rid of their online passes. I'm like, yeah, but you're still EA.
Yeah.
It's like, no, they've done a lot of stuff right in the last year or two, to the point where I'm comfortable again buying EA games and supporting them. Yeah, every now and again they slip up and they do this. It's sort of like being married, and Richter knows what I mean. It's like, take Richter and his wife, for example. He's like, he's trying to be like a better husband to her and stuff like that. He's loving her. She comes home, he gives her a foot massage as she plays on Diablo and stuff like that. It's cool. But then every now and again he looks on like Amazon, he sees like a negative review. He's like, bitch, boom, just gives her the back of his hand. It's a slip up. It happens now and again.
I'm gonna have to lie to his kids. Why is mommy crying?
I really hope one day she starts listening to our radio show. And realize at this point she's become a fictional character. Not that she's fictional, she does exist, but our representation of her, she's become so much of a fictional character. She's like his Maris. Niles Maris. It's like that at this point.
That's kind of awesome.
What was that? Your book only got 4 out of 5 stars. This is unacceptable as he kicks her down the stairs.
Objection!
I just wanted to come upstairs. Objection!
Then go over there until you can channel a 20-year-old girl. No.
What?
I'm just imagining now, like, you have to, like Maya channels them, and stuff. You have to channel.
I
So
gotcha.
change all the shapes and stuff.
Gotcha. Okay.
Like social channel, like all the celebrities or whoever. Or, I don't know.
It's like mistakes happen, not just the wife beating, but mistakes happen in a marriage. Like when his wife suggested basically spicing up their marriage with a bit of role playing. She goes, slips onto lingerie, she comes back, and there's Richter dressed as a wizard on the bed with like fucking multiple side dice.
Yeah, true.
She's like, well, this is only gonna go one of two ways.
Well, that's spicing it
I'm
up.
like,
I thought
no,
that
this
was
goes
normal.
20.
Yeah.
Hold up the die.
I'm gonna give you an orgasm if I roll. And he doesn't. Okay, no, I don't. I'm gonna go back on topic instead of the Victor's an abusive husband, as with an abusive wife. That's even more offensive. Victor's an abusive husband, because obviously that's a joke. But basically, it's a case of EA. They keep making mistakes now and again, and I wish they wouldn't, because they've done enough good that I myself have forgiven them almost. I've forgiven them for a lot, or I'm at least comfortable. I'm like, okay, I understand the crap in the past. I can forgive you for this now. But then they keep just pulling something out that just makes people. It's like shining a light on the fact you used to be an asshole.
Mm.
I mean, it'd be like if you had like an ex-con come round who used to steal stuff. He's come out of prison. He's trying to reform. He's got a nice job. He's working at Walmart or something. But then every now and again, he just steals your keys or your phone or something, just for fun of it. You kind of been like, yeah, I remember you being a thief and not that good. But I don't know. What do you think, Rick?
For me, I tend to cut them some slack because I'm weird like that, and that I see how much hate they get, and I'm like, that's pretty unwarranted. So I'm gonna like them better than average just to like counter douche waffles that are like, oh, they're still sucking. Like, you don't pay attention, do you? Those are the people that are like, oh, Xbox still has that DRM stuff, and you're like, God, you just don't read, do you? But
I've been saying that with the Xbox One. I mean, I don't like the 360. I have a load of reasons for it. Like, I don't like the control pad, which that one's a personal thing, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Xbox One, I was like, okay, fair enough. They're learning from their mistakes. Cool. I'm giving them enough chance. I kind of want an Xbox One, and it's like when people are like, yeah, but I think we had the conversation. Who was it we had the conversation with? It might have been Jim, actually. I don't mean to say Jim just because he's not going to listen. I think it was Jim when he was like, yeah, but come on, Xbox One has that always online connect, but you can turn it off.
That was not Jim.
You remember it, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Who was it?
It was the second son. But
The second son.
But no, it was Marcus was the one that was like freaking out.
Yeah, I was like,
he's like, yeah. He's like, they're doing this stupid stuff, and we're like, you haven't been paying attention for 6 months. And like, what?
Yeah. Fair enough. Which you get that sometimes. It's like they shine once it's something to become bad, which I understand. It becomes almost a meme of how bad they are. Like Victor mentioned before with the Legend of Zelda thing of. You could make the best Legend of Zelda game of all time. The best Legend of Zelda game of all time. And you put on a sticker on the front that says EA, and I guarantee you, suddenly, there's going to be a load of people that hate it, or a load of people that are like, what? They're just not buying it.
Yeah. It's like how you said the one good thing that if that ever actually happened, at least they'd have, like, voice acting in it.
Yep.
Because that'd be pretty cool, because that is... Well, I would say that's the one good thing they're good at,
Oh, a Legend of Zelda made by BioWare would be awesome.
Yes. Yes, it would.
Oh, you pushed me off the cliff that time, did you? Oh, now I got a choice of options to do to you.
Renegade.
Yep.
I'm gonna make sure I get my award this time.
Well, personally, I don't feel they're worse than like just about any other company. Like a lot of the big companies, I think are actually worse than they are. Like to me, Activision, they make popular games and then they intentionally like run it into the ground to try to get the most money from it in a short amount of time, and that I think is worse than what EA is currently doing. And Capcom, enough said. They're still a step below what EA is currently at.
Name one example of Activision running a property into its ground, and while you do it, I'll be sat here playing Wayward Son acoustically on my Guitar Hero guitar.
Yeah. I'm going to be playing Skylanders Guitar Hero Edition.
Yeah. Now, I'll admit Skylanders is still awesome at the moment.
It is, but I feel they're trying to kill it. Like,
they are. They're making it too much a yearly thing, and it's like, parents don't want to spend $300 a year, but...
Considering they probably bought the last figures from the current game like a week before the next one comes out.
Yeah, which admittedly it works. I mean, the kids are still enjoying it. It still seems to be quality and their figures carry over. But the Guitar Hero thing was fucking ridiculous. Yeah. There was I can't remember what year it was, but one year I swear like 3 fucking DJ, Guitar Hero, Band Hero shit all came out in the same fucking year.
Yeah. Don't forget there was the one where they decided to combine them all together like. Was like not even like a month afterwards or something, like the Everything Hero. Yeah, remember all those heroes you bought now? We have the Everything Hero. It's all in one, so you can throw away all those other ones.
Wasn't that Band Hero, which was actually their answer to Rock Band, which did the Guitar Hero thing better, I felt.
Okay. I just felt that if you got all those other ones and then this one combines them all, it's like you wasted all your money on the other individual ones. And
I will say, without any hint of shame, I did buy some of the Rock Band stuff and the Guitar Hero stuff. Yeah, I got Rock Band. I got the limited edition Beatles one. Yeah. The reason I got that is because they sold out of the normal set everywhere else, and because I'm not. Ironically, I'm English, but I'm not a fan of Beatles. People always assume I should be, but I'm not that much of a fan of the Beatles. And then it was like, yeah, I got rid of the Beatles game. I think I gave that to someone. I just kept the drum set when I bought another game. But it was the case that I got the drum set, the guitar, and the microphone and shit. It was awesome. And Lego Rock Band, awesome.
Oh, I didn't know there was a Lego Rock Band.
There is, and it features stuff like Lego Freddie Mercury on a spaceship. Enough said. But no, yeah, I don't think I think the worst companies a couple of years, like 2-3 years ago, if we were looking like 3 years ago, like when the worst Need for Speed ever came out and stuff like that, and we were looking at game companies, I'd say the worst 2 are Capcom and EA. Now, I think EA's managed to slide down, it's not as bad. Capcom's awful. Yeah. I don't think Activision is, because I will admit, as much as they may be running like Skylanders into ground, as much as people don't like this series, you have to admit something like their Call of Duty, which is let's face it, their bread and butter along with Skylanders. Basically, they've done such a good job with the DLC of that. Like, I'm excited for the new Predator DLC. Whereas you look at like the EA one of Battlefield, and it doesn't even have online working at the moment.
Yeah.
I think that I think Activision is still killing Call of Duty too, because it didn't have like the worst selling numbers this year.
It had the worst selling numbers this year of the Call of Duty. Like, it was down a lot, but they argued, which I could kind of agree with.
It was against Grand Theft Auto.
Against Grand Theft Auto 5 and new console releases.
Even though they were bragging that they'd beat it. I don't know. I think even 3 years ago, I liked EA because that's, when they had like Mass Effect was starting up and Rock Band was awesome and Dragon Age. So I actually liked them 3 years ago, still more than Activision.
I didn't like them like 3 years ago, and it was stuff like they gave us shit like SimCity, always online.
That was Isn't that not even a year ago?
That was
I don't know.
I think it was maybe a year, maybe 2 years ago. And I said this year's when they started to improve. Like last year, they started to improve. But always online SimCity was like, for me.
Yeah.
Some of the Sims where it's like, okay, here's the Sims. You like the Sims? Let's milk the crap out of that. Where I'm sorry, that's a lot more milk than say Skylanders, when you can go to the shop and you can buy a disc that contains the Katy Perry collection.
Yeah. Oh no, Sims is. I hate that game.
I love the Sims, but I don't like how milked it is.
Yeah.
But I will say, and like Need for Speed, what was it? Hot Pursuit. Hot Pursuit, the one before Rivals. Hot Pursuit largely disappointed people to the point where, like, I played racing games with like people like the Crispy, the Crispy's main genres of games are racing and shooting. oh my god, he fucking hated Need for Speed Hot Pursuit to the point where he didn't buy Rivals on the day it came out. Instead, the only reason he got Rivals was I bought him for Christmas. And then
That was nice of you.
and then he played it, and he's like, holy fuck, this game's actually good. Because he was fearing buying it because of how shit the previous one was. And it's like, that's pretty bad if it makes someone like that do that. And I'm like, I don't know. I thought they were pretty bad, especially like the online, where they gave us the online passes and a whole bunch of other stuff. But they've done some good stuff too, like you mentioned, like Mass Effect 2, fucking awesome. They also gave us stuff like Dragon Age 1 and 2, awesome.
Woo!
As much as people, what was that?
Kingdoms of Amalur. That game's awesome.
Oh, that game's also awesome, yeah.
Fair enough. But I didn't like that as much as Dragon Age 1 and 2.
Well, Dragon Age is
like
a lot
Mass Effect
better.
2, and you still said it, so.
Oh, it's totally
We're
better.
allowed to
Something's
list
wrong with
it.
you.
I know, I was
Something
making
is
my
it?
own list at the moment.
I know, but you don't have to, like, you try to discount my list, like, oh, that's okay. Like, just don't fucking say anything.
No, Mass Effect 2 is better, and you're just insane.
Oh, no, I was
Yeah,
not...
Stacy's on your side, I rest my case.
Yeah, no, I was saying with the Kingdoms of Amalur, I didn't know that was made by them. I downloaded that from the PSN, and I didn't know that was them. And when you mentioned Kingdoms of Amalur, I was like, oh, I remember that. Yeah, I said I didn't like it as much as them. And I was about to say, but I could understand people liking them, because I know a lot of people
that's
have
really
done that.
dismissive, and I don't know. You don't even need to say that. That's all I'm saying. Jeez.
Oh, I was saying I forgot it was an EA game. I thought it was made by someone else. Like, what was that?
It was EA and just tacked on, but I didn't like it.
Fair enough. But yeah, and as much as people hated this game, which is fair enough, they're allowed to, I liked the Simpsons game.
Which one was that? Like, which Simpsons game?
The one called Simpsons, the game, where you got like Homer and you could suddenly make him like a fucking boulder and go
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I had that game.
Which I will say that game was great on PS3 and 360. I bought it on Wii and PS2, and I'll admit it was lacking, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, that was during the time when they, like, didn't care about those versions. They're like, no, we want you to buy the PS3 version. The PS2 version sucks.
Yeah, and I was thinking, okay, the Wii one might work, but I was like, okay, I've got the Wii, 'cause it was before I had a PS3, and I was like, I kind of gave up on my 360 at that point, so I was like, okay, I'll go for the Wii. When I got the PS3, I then bought it again for the PS3, and I played on that. I was like, oh my god, that's what was missing. All these extra features, the extra powers. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I had that on there, and that was so much fun. And my sister got so pissed when I sold it back.
Yeah.
Was it hers?
No, it was mine, but, like, she
you
thinks
should
that
have told her
everybody...
you put it in her room. You said it's somewhere in there.
Yeah, like I said,
No, but, like, was he here for that? Like, literally, my sister, like, frickin', she's, like, finally, I see her walking around with my 3DS today, and I'm like, oh my god, you found it. And she's like, yeah, it was in my room the whole time. She never hid it in my room. She said she hid it in my room, but it was actually under her bed.
Yeah. But,
Yeah.
yeah,
She
like
got
I said,
you.
yeah. And like I said, at the same time, though, with the good stuff, and you also have bad stuff, like with Dragon Age, I think it was 2, and I think the first one did it kind of, but they patched it. The second one has it where if you've bought the DLC, which they advertise like fuck to you and almost say to you, hey, look, you're not getting a complete story unless you get the DLC. If you get the DLC, it corrupts your save so it no longer works. And that wasn't patched. And it was like, yeah, people to the point where people recommended you do the DLC after you've beat your game and do it on a separate save, just in case. Which I was like, ooh, right when I beat the DLC and stuff afterwards, because I didn't know about that until after I beat the game, my save became corrupted, but it still works now and again when you go on this. I'm hoping it still works for the third one, or I'm going to be pissed. But it's like, oh, fuck off with that. That's why people always made the joke if they don't finish their games.
Yeah. Well, they also did stupid shit during the time of, like, in the first Dragon Age, where there's, like, a guy in your camp, and you're just, like, talking to him. He's like, oh, I need you to go to this place. You're like, oh, cool. And he's like, yeah, just put up some Microsoft points or PSN money, and you could go there. And you're like, what's up? You have an ad in the game for your DLC? What the is that?
Yeah. Well, how about the stupid one? I don't know if this was in the first one. I know it was definitely in Mass Effect 2 and 3. I don't know about the first one, because I didn't go through the customization as much on that. But it was a case of, the whole thing with the customization is you can make your character look like anything you want. You can change all these pieces. Buy our DLC, and you get the DLC, like the Dragon Age armor, and it's like, now you can change fuck all on it. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Why? Why is that an option? At least let's change the colour. At the bare minimum, let's change colour.
Yeah, like change the like armor color, even if you couldn't change like the red part. Like at least let's change the metal part or something.
Yeah.
Don't you want to customize your character and spend forever just so you can cover them up in armor and never see it?
Yep.
That's not. Yeah.
However, I will say they also made Didn't they also make Xpound, which I think I like that.
Oh yeah, that was the thing.
Yes.
That was the thing with the it had like a shit hammer or something.
Yeah.
Like,
the hammer that made the unicorns poop.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was like some kind of shit hammer.
Yeah. And I will say, to EA's credit as well, which a lot of people may disagree with, the Old Republic, I still say that was the best MMO we've had in recent years.
I stopped to play that.
Oh, I'd say that's the best MMO we've had since Galaxies. But I don't know if people would agree with that or disagree with that.
I never played Galaxies.
Never played that either.
I just meant the best one we had in years, because I know people play other MMOs. Because I'll admit, I haven't played every MMO out there. I'm not going to pretend I have. I played a load of the big named ones, but it's like I liked the Old Republic one where it tried to be unique. Everyone that comes out rips off World of Warcraft and paints a new colour on it. Let's face facts, they do.
Yeah.
This one, they ripped off some stuff from World of Warcraft. Fair enough, they've become staples to the genre. However, they also did the dynamic storytelling thing of you got to make choices that evolved your character. So you could play through as two different characters, and they could have two completely different, or slightly different, I should say, story modes because of the choices you've made. That was a lot more interesting because to me, an MMO or an RPG, I don't know if people agree or disagree on this, but to me, an RPG role-playing game, it's about freedom. It's about making your character how you want your character. Which, I mean, RPGs are good and stuff like that when you don't get to do that, but I'm always for freedom of character in those games because it makes it more role-playing games. Because it's like the desktop games before they did video game RPGs, where it's like you get to pick what type of character you are in like D&D, and you got to design your character and stuff. Where, in my opinion, that should be a staple of RPGs. The freedom should be a big staple, but unfortunately, it's not all the time.
Yeah, that's how I like to do it. I like to make the character look like me just so I can like visualize it and be like, okay, this is me now. I'm like fully immersed in the game. That's how I like to do it.
But how does Richter feel about the freedom thing?
That would be amazing, but I understand why they don't, just because of limitations, like hardware limitations. I think it's going to be less of an issue as we go along, and I think that a lot of times the freedom is more a Western idea. Because that's like one of the big things with Western RPGs is a lot of times they have a lot more, like creative stuff. Like you can change a lot of things and make your own stuff. Where a lot of JRPGs, it's not necessarily linear, but like the story is a lot more linear and there's set characters. So I'm definitely not surprised because I do like, well, it's like the wrestling games. I love making like characters for it. So in RPGs, I love customizing the character and doing all that crap. So I'm like, yeah, I could actually see that being more of a Western idea.
Yeah, it was just, like I said, to me that was what an RPG should be, but I understand it's not. I would ask, since you mentioned that, do you think that maybe because of our societies? Because if you look at the Eastern societies, I'm not saying all of them before people rage and say racist, but a lot of them have more dictatorships and stuff than they do democracy, whereas all of our culture is built around democracy. You get to choose absolutely everything here. You get to choose who's in power. You get to go to McDonald's and choose what type of burger you want. You get to go to fucking, you know what I mean? When you buy a game, you're going to have a lot more freedom because you're expected to want all the freedom. It's like because most Western games are made in America, and the American dream is come over here illegally and do whatever the hell you like. The world is your oyster.
If you want to sodomize a boy and put it on a game, you do that. Except in England and Australia.
Yeah, but you get that. So I'm not sure if that was the reason, or if it was just they've both split off enough that they've just diluted or whatever and become their own things a bit more.
Personally, I think it's more because of the society. Because up until more, recent years, not like 2 years, but, in more recent history, a lot of Asian cultures were more society-centric, like you do for the good of the society, where I think Western stuff is more individualistic, like, you as a person are special,
Yeah. You do more for you. Fuck society.
It's like George Carlin's, for which point do people not become special? If children are special, when do you become an adult and not special?
When you're 13. God.
Yeah.
When you get that mental tingling feeling, it's you losing all your specialness.
Yeah. It's like, but, yeah, like I said, when we go back, like we were discussing with EA, like I said, they did a lot of good stuff, but it seemed like, for at least until the last year, for me personally, it was like every time they did something good, they always did a lot more shit. And it was like, that brought them down. It's like, I love Capcom. As you know, one of my favourite genres of video games is fighting games. Street Fighter, in my opinion, is still the king of fighters. You do not get a fighting game better than Street Fighter. And yeah, Capcom. Why the fuck is like fucking Cammy now Vega and shit? It's like, it's like Capcom themselves, in recent years, have managed to say like, okay, basically they look at EA and they're like, look, okay, maybe they want to be dickish, we can be dickish. Oh, what's that? What's that, EA? You're going to give people online passes? We're going to make people download every individual palette. What's that, EA? You stopped using Fight Night because you got another thing? Oh, we're going to stop using Mega Man. What's that? Yeah, you've killed this. You've killed this game. We've killed Resident Evil. And what it was. It's just... It's like they based themselves on EA in the worst possible way. It's like, oh, we've noticed the best-selling games are from EA. A lot of them are unfinished games. Let's release fucking, what was it, Dead Rising 3 with a 13 gigabyte patch. 13 gigabyte patch.
I think Capcom likes pissing contests. Because I know with fighting games that I always felt like the SNK games had like slightly cheaper bosses, and then Capcom's like, no, we're gonna make cheaper bosses. And then you get like Cyber Akuma and fucking Seth and stuff, and it's like, no, what are you doing?
Who can suck the most contest?
Yep. Yeah. Now, I will say, as much as I do like the Street Fighter games, I will say, in terms of the modern console as the PS4, if you will, or PS3, if you will, I think Mortal Kombat did it better. Street Fighter 4 was pretty good. It was a little disappointing, but pretty good. And then they milked the shit out of that one game.
Yeah.
And it's like, come on, this isn't the fucking SNES and Mega Drive era now. We don't need to go out and buy fucking, like, Super Street Fighter 3, or Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo Edition. And it's like, no, we don't need that. There's a little thing called updates and patches and DLC. If you're going to do that, just do it like that. You don't need to keep bringing out new versions of the game every fucking year. Whereas Mortal Kombat, the first Mortal Kombat one they did, the one that's like a reboot / sequel. So like, yeah, so yes, okay. Yeah, the one that's like what's the name of it? The Star Trek films, where everything's still in continuity, but then they go back and change stuff.
Yeah,
I liked that. It had a great story mode. Combat Tower was fucking challenging as fuck, but it made you want to do it because you got Melina in barely nothing. The fatalities and shit looked great, and unlike Soul Calibur, they had, until the new DLC, they actually had a guest character that made sense. Then it didn't make sense for how they used him.
No.
Because Kratos makes sense. Kratos in Mortal Kombat makes so much sense. It makes as much sense as Sonic in Smash Bros. Maybe not quite that much because of the history there, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. What didn't make sense was making it so you can't use a fatality on him because he has to always look strong. It's like, fuck off. You don't put character in fucking Mortal Kombat and deny it and say you can't fatality him.
Yeah.
That's like putting a character in the wrestling game and saying you can't make him bleed. Oh wait, Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, I'd just be like, you know what else doesn't bleed in the wrestling games, Ultimate Warrior? The divas. Are you saying you're a diva?
Yeah, well, I don't think I don't think his was actually intentional.
No.
I don't think it was like Ultimate One was going, oh, if you want me to go in there and do this advert with at the end, I always look strong.
That'd be hilarious. That's like his. He's like, you can put me in the game, but I demand that I do not bleed.
I also demand that if you do a pedigree, I get straight up.
Yeah.
Well, don't
and
you
only
know,
green Skittles.
Victor? No one makes me bleed my own blood.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm surprised he can still lose the fucking first blood match. But yeah, like I said, that was my opinion with EA. I know, and Victor mentioned his as well. Like Victor always liked them and stuff, which is cool. Where did you fall?
Well, not always, but
Well, more than the average.
Yes, more than the average person.
I mean, I'm not saying you're a blind EA fan because
no, I'm not like I have this tattoo that's no.
I have this tattoo, but it's not finished. I know, it's like their games. It's perfect. It's the perfect homage.
I put it on my pinky because it doesn't work like Battlefield 4.
Oh, you have a pinky that doesn't work?
No, I don't.
That pinky's always getting work. Every time he takes a sip of his drink, he raises it.
Yeah.
Oh, because like my dad he broke his pinky, but he never got it like fixed, so it kind of always bends weird now.
Which I will
That
say,
is savage.
I will say the Crispy hated that. One of the times he was here, I did go into posh mode of, oh yes, and I was talking like Simon throughout the whole thing, and I was like, oh, hello, Christoph Bellington. And he's like, that's not my name, Christoph Bellington. Oh, how hilarious! And as I'm drinking my can of Coke, I kept putting my pinky in the air. He's like, for fuck's sake. And it lasted the whole time he was here.
Wow. And he came back? No, I'm just kidding.
He did.
I think we pretty much. What is that? Anybody have any last remarks?
We were asking what you thought about.
Oh. I really like the future. Hopefully EA will continue to go. And
what did you think of him in the past?
In the past, they have good games, but they kind of like love-hate. Because for every one good thing they do something equally as bad. Like Mass Effect, amazing. But then you pull a bunch of shit out, I don't know.
Mass Effect series, awesome. Exploiting college kids for profit, not so awesome.
Yeah, exactly,
Sorry, was I not meant to mention the exploiting college kids that they lost? I still loved the South Park episode with that comment. It's like, oh, I want to get me some of these student athletes. Fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's been a love-hate relationship, so I hope that there's a bit more on the love.
Fair enough. And we shall catch you next time.
Oh. Okay. Any other?
XGR.
Alright, I guess that's a wrap.
Yay.